Good morning, everybody. Danny and Wanda back from Pecan Grove. Back out here in the high tone. It's really cold in here this morning, guys. I say really cold. It's 40 degrees. But it's high humidity. You can see the humidity on the walls here. It's just running down the walls, which makes it feel like it's probably in the 30s. But we're going to be needing these beds with the trellises on them to plant English peas in. And guys, I'm going to tell you, the celery has been a shocker to me. First of all, I didn't even know it would really grow here to start with. Secondly, I came out here yesterday after the 8-degree temperature. This stuff was laying flat on the ground. I told Wanda, I said, well, your celery's all gone. I said, the cold killed it. I said, we might as well go out here this morning and pull it up, get it out of there. And I come out here this morning, and the stuff has stood back up. I'm totally amazed. I thought the freeze had killed it. I mean, literally, when I tell you it laid down, these limbs here had fell down and was drooped and hanging over the sides. Same thing with this broccoli plants. All the leaves were laying flat down on them, and they done picked all back up. So I guess it didn't hurt them as bad as I thought it was.
And we've got celery all in there.
Yeah, there's celery all up in here.
Those have to come out.
So I'm like, I told Wanda, I said, you know what? We got to have these beds, so we got to do something with this celery. So I told her, I said, we're going to come out here this morning, and we're going to pull this stuff up. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut this bottom off like this. Now Miss Lippy sent something to us that you can dehydrate the leaves in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take these here. Stems, and we're going to cut it like here and here. And we're going to cut them all up like that so that we can put them in gallon bags and put them in the freezer. But Miss Lippy sent something other for Miss Wanda can take and she can cut these leaves off like this, and she can dehydrate those leaves. So we kind of decided that maybe we should probably do that. And since we got so much celery in here, there's a lot of this that I'm really not going to worry about. Them pieces like that's left over, go to the rabbits. Probably going to let them.
They make good feed, celery stuff.
And celery, that way, not only will it benefit us, it'll also benefit the farm animals. Can I get 2 out of that one?
Yeah. You ain't got to be precise.
You know me.
All right, now these pieces are good too, so we're just saving them.
You know, I mean, this stuff is really brickly this morning because it's breaking in my hands just holding it.
It's because it's still cold.
It's still pretty cold.
30 degrees outside.
Yeah, outside is 30 degrees. It sure is. So we're going to try to save some of this stuff. Now the leaves will go down to, they'll go to almost nothing. It'll look like, it's kind of like turnip greens. You know when you have a whole big old pot full of turnip greens and you start cooking them things and you think, oh boy, I got a bunch of greens in here, and then when you get through cooking them, you ain't got but a handful left. That's
when we dehydrate, these will be gone.
These are just,
but you're making your own celery powder for whatever you want to put celery powder in.
Yeah, you could use it in soups and whatever. But it would be good for that. And I'm trying to, because when you dehydrate stuff, the last thing you want when you're dehydrating something is big old stems, because they don't dehydrate very well. The leaves do fantastic. Now you could take these and you could put them leaves on a cookie sheet in the oven and put it on a very low temperature and you could dry them out that way. But
we got a thing for Miss Lippy we're going to show.
Yeah, I can tell right now this is going to be quite a lengthy process to sit here and do all these. So, and we're going to have quite a lot of celery. I mean,
yeah, you're on one plant and you ain't even finished.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think
we had 12 plants.
And not one of them died. Isn't that amazing?
The one thing that we don't eat
The one thing that we're not really that big of a fan of.
It did really well.
And I know they have a lot of health benefits to them. It's not that we don't like it.
We can eat it. We do eat. I mean, this tastes better than what you get in town.
Oh, Lord, yes. Look at that root system.
I mean, they did fantastic.
They really done good. You know what? All that's good stuff to put back in the soil.
Yep.
But you know what you could do? A person could take right here. You could cut this right across here.
And put it back in the ground again. Don't cut the middle one. Why don't we try that with one instead of cutting all of it off? Leave it in the ground.
You could do that right there.
And replant.
And you could replant that.
So we're going to do one.
You could replant that right there.
And we have 12 of these.
I know. What I would say, let's put them in pots.
Yeah.
And not put it back in our raised bed here. Let's put them in some pots.
Yeah. So we're going to do about 2 of these just for saving some. But that's got a pretty start already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And in the center there, you can see it's coming out. You see where it's coming out in the center? Look at this.
Look at that. It is starting to come back out. Yeah.
So 2 of these will go into my raised beds in the front. Isn't that amazing?
I think it would be a good idea. That way we have celery.
We have a start for... And
we don't have to try to grow any or, you know.
We don't have to get plants or anything. We still have some.
Yeah, and these are proven. We got this bed, kind of all the celery out of it. We got one here that we're going to be replanting. Going to move these multiplying onions, get them away from that back where we can put them English peas over there. And we got, this is what we harvested out of one bed. It, you know, it doesn't look like much, but I guess it's more than what you think it's going to be.
And
so we're fixing to attack this other bed right here behind Ms. Wanda.
We got 3 beds to go.
Yeah, got 3 of them to go.
And we're going to save one more like this out of this next bed to plant, and that's it.
We realize we don't need 12 plants.
No. And you save these peppers here.
Yeah, I left them here. I didn't know if the freeze destroyed them or not, you know. I figure, you know, if they come back out, because it's going to warm up here this week. We're going to be back up in the mid-60s, and then here it'll be 90 degrees. If they show any sign of restarting, to try to put out some little buds or something like that, we'll keep them. But if they look like they're just getting mushier, because you'll know if they froze all the way down, they'll start getting, everything will start getting mushy and start wilting down and limping, turning an old dark green color. If that happens, we'll just pull them up, throw them away. But if not, then we'll have something here that we can get another start from. Or somebody can. I mean, we may not, but somebody can. Okay, this is one we left just sitting in the bed here. We still got the electriculture by it. We just snipped off everything except the very center out of it. I mean, technically, all we got to do is come here and just slip a pot over the top of it if it gets too cold again. And I think it'll be okay.
And we're going to transplant it outside later.
Yeah. What we're doing is we just come in here with a pair of scissors. These are commercial scissors. We just go right here next to the bottom of it, and I just snip them off because what it is.
Hold on.
Boy, it's brickly, ain't it?
Yeah.
We're trying to not damage that center in it because we may bless somebody. We got to thinking about it. We like to bless people. So we decided we may bless someone with a celery start. Well, look, we'll ask around some of our friends, and if anybody wants a celery start, we'll give them a celery start. See, don't that look pretty?
So we're not wasting the celery. We're not wasting the starts. We
right.
It'll come back out. Because we're going to have a dozen of these.
Yeah, and there's no sense in throwing something away that is proven in our area that it works out really well. I think that would be the wisest thing. I think that would be the most Christ-honoring thing.
And I mean, look at that stalk. You can't tell me that ain't... That thing's bigger than my thumb. Look at that.
Oh, they're huge. Yeah, look at them.
I mean, this bed did better than the other beds as far as wide. So some of them are bigger than others. That's crazy. What we're going to
do is we're going to take these in the house because it is so chilly out
My
here.
hands are cold, so I told him just, I'll go in and do this in the warmth.
Yeah, now look at that one. That one is actually really pretty.
It's coming out really good, so we're going to leave all of that.
We're going to leave all 3 of these. And every one of them, you see, he's got electroculture by it. Every one of them. Well, we came back inside because it got to be too chilly in the high tunnel, and our hands were so cold out there trying to work. And here, Ms. Wanda has went ahead and started cutting the celery up. I knew we were cutting it in short pieces. I said, hey, why don't we just put them in quart bags instead of gallon bags? So we got 4 of them done already. Still got some more to go here. And we got one thing of leaves already gone through. Got a whole pile of them here still to go through. There's going to be a bunch of them.
And one more bed still in the greenhouse.
Yeah, one more bed still out there with the cabbages. Hadn't fooled with them yet. Going to wait on them right now. Because we don't have to have that bed right this moment. But Ms. Wanda has this thing that Ms. Lippy has sent her for drying leaves and stuff like that in. Well, because this was a barndominium, we were controversial about leaving these exposed trusses here. And that's why I haven't closed it in and finished it yet. We were going to box them in at one point, and then we said, no, we'll do something different. So we've kind of come to the point where we're going to leave them.
It's got to be boxed. It's got to be...
The top has got to be boxed in, but down lower, we want to leave this because, like Miss Wanda coming here working, she's going to be able to take the leaves, and she's going to be able to, like, come in here, because you got to kind of, like, spread them around in here where they'll dry efficiently. And we have literally one of these trusses is in every room on this side of the camp. Now they're not in every room on this side of the camp, but they are on this side because it's the way it was designed. So we have a spare bedroom back here that's still under construction that stays very cool in there because we don't have it heated right now. I think we're going to take this when we get through putting the leaves all in it, get it closed back up and take it into that bedroom and hang it on that truss. It's completely pitch black in there because we got the blackout shades on the windows, leave the lights turned off, and we're just going to let this stuff just air dry in there. We keep a lot of our like potatoes in boxes and stuff like that right now in that room. So that's what we're going to do with this at the point. Here, quick here. All right, guys, so we got 2 Delaware roosters here to go with our hens. The other one's running around outside the pen out here. I turned him loose this morning, let him run around outside, give him a little freedom for a little while before he goes into the pot.
He's about 4 or 5 years old.
Oh, yeah, he's 4 or 5 years old. He got where he was a little aggressive, so we decided to get some calmer roosters to put in there with him. And usually, according to what I've been able to find out, when you have 2 roosters, they're a lot less aggressive than if you just got 1. So
we're going to see.
We'll see, and if they become aggressive, we'll just put one of them in the pot, whichever one is that's aggressive. So we'll see.
But they're 2 big, pretty roosters.
Yeah, they're the Delawares.
Thank you, Heidi.
Yeah, thank you, Tim and Heidi. They're a heritage breed, very gentle roosters. You know, I mean, so they're
less than a year old.
Yeah, less than a year old. So I think they're going to be all right with these. The hens didn't take to them too much to start off with, but I think they've all kind of gotten where they, you know, they're used to him. Some of the hens I think are in the nest boxes, aren't they? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? No, they're all there. They're all there. The roosters stayed with them in there this morning when they was in the nest boxes. I thought that was pretty neat. You know? They're loving that cornbread. They like that Danny cornbread. Well, guys, it snowed Wednesday, and here it is Saturday in the deep south, and I'm still having to bust ice. So the cows has got water. Some of them up toward the barn, I can't even bust them, they so solid.
You busted these a few times, so they...
Yesterday I came out here middle of the day and busted them. Now that one was hard.
Yeah.
I had to hit and hit and hit on it because it's steel. It had frozen about 4 inches thick. Now this one was only about 2 inches, and I finally broke it loose.
And it was just a thin layer overnight. We were in the 20s, I think.
It was only down to 21 this morning, so... But it still froze again.
And my sky is blue.
Yeah, there ain't a cloud in the sky nowhere. And that's what happened this morning. We woke up. That dew was so heavy last night because the humidity was so high. It looked like it snowed all over again. The frost on the ground was just completely, everything was white. I looked out, I was like, did it snow again?
It's just the frost.
Because yesterday morning, between 4:30 and 5:30, it snowed again here.
Light flurries.
Light flurries. It just came down because I was looking at the weather thing and it said snow starting in 21 minutes. I'm like, what? So I pulled up the radar, and sure enough, out of the Gulf comes this batch of moisture. Came right over our area right here and just turned into flurries and just went right on. I was like, is this ever going to stop? You know, I mean... But
none of that stuff.
It didn't stick. Now, we still have a few patches of snow around, like over there in the shade, which is highly unusual for us. For what was that, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and today is Saturday. 4 days, and we still have patches of snow around. That's highly unusual for the Deep South. But I tell you what, I hope today it's all gone. We're supposed to get up to 50 degrees today. So, yes.